Hey guys, so I am back in Cardiff now, but as you'll be able to see from the title of this video has nothing to do with university or beauty or anything that I normally put on my channel, but I thought that it needed a bit of an introduction because I didn't do an introduction while I was filming it. And excuse me, but I've gotten what I'm going to say written down so that I've like got stuff correct, so excuse me if I'm looking down while I'm reading this. So on Saturday the 20th of October 2018, 700,000 people took to the streets of London, marching past iconic London landmarks including Hyde Park, the Ritz, St James's Palace, Trafalgar Square and Downing Street to Parliament Square for the People's Vote March. The march's mission was to call for a referendum on the final Brexit deal, and ideally Brexit as a whole. If you're unsure as to what Brexit is, I'm assuming you aren't from the UK or Europe, as it has been massive news for the last 2 years. In June 2016, the British public voted in a 51.89% to 48.11% margin to leave the European Union. Now, in that statistic, that does not mean every single person in the UK voted. I just want to put that out there. I personally took a year out of uni, so all of my friends at uni were too young to vote at the time because I think the vote was 6 months after my birthday. So yeah, so I was only just able to vote by about 6 months because I was only just 18, but a lot of my friends couldn't vote, which really is unfair. However, since this time it's become clear that the promises made to the UK in the Leave campaign were founded upon nothing but thin air. Most memorably is the extra £350 million a week that was promised to the NHS, which I believe it was Farage who backed out on that the second Brexit went through as a deal. As soon as he knew they'd won, he said that was never going to happen, even though it was plastered across all of their campaign buses. I'm going to link the People's Vote website in the description below because their website explains Brexit and the negative effects that it's going to have far better than I would ever be able to explain them. So I really suggest that you go and look at their website and read it after you finish watching this video. One thing I will say is that the 700,000 people who marched on Saturday were not the usual political campaigners. We were all ordinary people who want to keep our right to be European. There were adults, children and dogs from all over the UK and Europe who travelled to fight for their right to democracy. There were Welsh flags, there were Scottish flags, there were Cornwall flags, there were Polish flags, there were every single flag you could think of. There was obviously a lot of European flags. There was the Union Jack, there was just everything that you could possibly think of in Europe. There was a flag for it. There were a lot of Welsh. Somehow we managed to find all the Welsh people, which was kind of cool, because obviously I live in Wales half of my time. But finally, before I show you my footage from the march, I want to tell you what London Mayor Sadiq Khan said of the march. So this is his quote. "What's really important is that those that say that a public vote is undemocratic, is unpatriotic, realise that in fact the exact opposite is the truth. What could be more democratic, what could be more British than trusting the judgment of the British people?" So I hope you enjoy watching this video and seeing kind of what went on the march. Obviously there were a lot of people. All of us were there because the majority probably didn't vote for Brexit in the first place. We want to remain part of the EU, but we also think that if it is going to happen, that the British public should have a final say on how it happens, because the government's not really great, let's be honest. They're not doing much, they don't have a plan. So really it's the public that's going to be affected, so we should be the ones to have the final say. So I hope you enjoy this video, and here's my footage from the march.
Share the location.
All right, welcome. All right. Yes, of course. Until everyone. They need a t-shirt then.
I know.
Got through it.
Okay, once more, what we want.
Ollie, Miss Cole.
What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want? When do we want it? What do we want?
So we just got back from the People's Vote March, which was a big march in London, basically asking the government to give us like a second referendum type thing on Brexit, or to come up with a better solution than they currently seem to be doing, as they don't really seem to be doing a lot of good for either side. But it was really good. There was like 700,000 people estimated, like over, which is massive. Apparently it's the second biggest like protest in London of the century, which is kind of cool. Absolutely shattered. We went up, we got the trip, well no, we got the bus like 9:30 or something this morning, and I think it's currently like 5:30, almost 6. We're about to have dinner. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed seeing the little clips of kind of what was going on. There was a lot of people with EU flags, loads of funny posters, and we somehow managed to find all the Welsh people, which is kind of funny. Yeah, no, we managed to be with like all the Welsh people for a while, which is funny because obviously I've come home from Cardiff uni this weekend, especially for this. Yeah, I'm very tired. And then I'm back to Cardiff tomorrow. It's currently Sunday tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed this video and kind of seeing what was going on at a march. It was the first ever march I'd been to. I went with my mum and my dad and my dad's girlfriend, and it was the first march my dad's girlfriend had been on as well, but both of my parents went on the previous People's Vote March, and I got stickers. I think they both say different things. We demand People's Vote and I'm marching for my future. I mean, my parents were really annoyed that we didn't come up with like a good post or anything before, because when we were thinking of them in the queue, like in the crowd, I was like, our MP is Dominic Raab, who's also the Brexit minister, and I was like, we could have made one that said don't rob us of our future and then have a picture of his face, because a lot of them had politicians' faces. But yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Probably going to disable comments for this video because I know some people are a bit funny about political things. I just thought it was like a cool thing that I've been on and I wanted to document it, and then people can see kind of what went on as well. But I'll see you in my next video, which will probably be uni themed again, or travel themed. I've been asked to do some travel themed videos as well.